How do I take basic Christian principles, morals, and address your appetite? Anthony, the first thing you should look for in a woman is not if she love God, if you like looking at her booty.
Shabbat.
What's happening? No capping. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
So nearly 52% of marriages in the United States of America are ending in divorce within a matter of 2 to 5 years of once they get married. And recently, one of my family members actually just walked through a divorce. And this particular family member of mine was only married about a year and a half. And I'm very big on wealth building. And I think, honestly, one of the key ingredients to building wealth is having a healthy partner, is having a solid partner with you, because that's the key ingredient. Like, I can't wait. I got money now. But wait till she come. Boy, when she walking through, I'm going to be wealthier. It's not going to be my wealth. We going to be wealthier.
Right. But
also, here's what I also learned, is that if you get married to the wrong person, you can lose all that wealth instantly. And so today, we're going to really be talking about how you can save 30 to 60% of your annual income. This is a crucial way. So if you're single, married, or thinking about getting married, this is a show that you need to be dialed into, because I got some amazing people in the building today that are expert in this space, expert in saving you, single people, married people, all of us people, 60% of our income. Well, Anthony, what do you mean by 60% of income? Well, I ain't going to answer that yet. Stick to this. Dial in, because I'm going to let them answer this question, because we're going to go in deep, because I really do believe, this is a money show, right? And we got to hit all angles of what impacts our money, and partnership does. And before we get into that show, y'all, do me a favor, hit that like button. I know you're liking this video. I know you see me, good looking self, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, and can you join the family? Hit that subscribe button, please, y'all. We are on a mission to hit 500,000 subscribers this month on YouTube. We're trying to hit 3 million downloads on podcasts. We're already at like 1.4, 1.5. Man, y'all, we are growing extremely fast. I want to thank y'all for being part of the family. And y'all, don't forget, you guys, I want y'all to check out my friends over at Churchill. They are the #1 mortgage company in the United States of America. If you, your family member, you and your spouse are looking to get into a home, y'all, I get it. We're in a recession by 0.9. That's really nothing. We'll talk about that later on this month, okay? But now is a good time to still get a mortgage. I understand the interest rates are high, but at the same time, having a mortgage closes that wealth gap. I would rather you get a mortgage than a nice car, because that's a wealth building tool. So my friends at Churchill, they understand my message. They understand what I want to do and how I want to position you to help you win. So they've partnered with me to really pretty much lock you at the lowest interest rate right now. And guess what? They're going to give you $5,000 extra to put on top of your down payment to let your sellers know, hey, listen, I am a guaranteed buyer. Once they give you their certified pre-approval, this is their certified way of saying, hey, this person has been vetted, and we guarantee that they are a guaranteed buyer. And we guarantee it so much that we'll put an extra $5,000 on top of the earnest money. So if you do have to back out, and Churchill's letting people know, you're not backing out. So go over to anthonyoneal.com/Churchill, apply, give them a call. If you want to get into a mortgage this year, sometime this year, give them a call, start the process. They're going to walk you through the process, and you're going to get your dream home today. Y'all listen, this is not a 15-year, 20% down. No, I want you to get in at a 30-year, 15-year, 5%, 3.5% FHA. Just get your behind in a house. If you got the money and you got the savings, go get a mortgage, because that's how we start closing that wealth gap. But how do we, Alex, how do we save 30 to 60% of our annual income? How do we do it? We're going to talk about it right now. We got the pastors, the one and only, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. Pastor and his beautiful wife. I call them the Johnsons, man. Y'all are in the building, man. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, family?
Boy, me and you was at Keon and Shawn O'Neal's wedding.
Yep.
And we won't name drop all the people who was at the wedding. But me and you and some other named people was at the table. You were at the table with the wives, with the wives. Wives. And My wife wasn't there,
Yeah, she's coming.
but his wife was, and the other wives were at their own little table. But at the men's table, man, we was talking.
Absolutely.
We probably sat out there alone with, well, we did. The wives were gone. We sat up for about a good 6-7 hours.
Easy.
And you said something that shook me. I said, yo, I got to get you on the show. You never said this because when you said it, I've never heard it before. You said, Anthony, I can show your people how to save 30 to 60% of their annual income by simply getting married to the right person and staying married to the right person.
Absolutely.
Let's get straight into it. What do you mean by that?
Generally, no one goes into a marriage, a relationship, anticipating a divorce.
Right.
So while you're wealth building, while we're trying to galvanize and grow, get assets, we generally accumulate all of this wealth, not thinking when the person leaves, divorce, they're at least going to take 30% of that.
Ooh.
That's the trouble. Let's not even talk about the trauma that follows after the trouble. The doctors you're going to have to pay. The psychiatrists you're going to have to see.
Yeah.
So all of that is associated with a divorce because a divorce is considered similar to a death. There's a separation.
Ooh.
So you're talking about emotionally, you're talking about financially. And what we generally don't do is put in preventative measures, do the proper maintenance going into the marriage.
Okay.
Let's say, here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Prime example, no one buys a new car without considering first the maintenance you're going to have to put into it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Value your car.
Yes.
But we don't assess that. We don't associate it when it comes to a marriage.
So how do we assess though? I mean, because I'm single, so y'all talking to me. Don't worry about them right now. Y'all talking to me. Help your boy out. You've known me since I was 24,
Oh my God.
23 years
Years.
old. You know what I'm saying? Years. You know what I'm saying? One of the top leading churches in Jasmine, Florida, in America. I mean, just connected. I ain't gonna name drop, but the bishops of bishops know this man. You know what I'm saying? When the bishop of bishops, y'all know who I'm talking about, coming to Jacksonville, they coming to this man. So I need to get some of this wisdom that you have. What as a single person, what are some things we should be putting into place before we do get married to save us this kind of money? Because, man, you're right. My boy's getting divorced right now. And he called me emotional. I was like, bro, what's up? He was like, bro, I'm probably at about 45% gone. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, bro, 45% of what I'm going to see a month is gone. Now he said, now I got to pay child support because his wife is getting the children. Then he has to pay alimony. Then she gets a portion of everything that they made from the house and the selling. They sold one car. And I'm like, what?
Yes.
So she keep 100% of her income and get 45% of his income. And I'm like, that's not even, I mean, is it fair?
That's industry standards.
Right.
That's industry
How
standards.
when she get 100% of her income because she had a job? So is her income calculated into the 45% she's getting, or do the court system not care about the brothers?
Well, and again, please hear me. I'm not biased as it relate to gender.
Okay.
But oftentimes when it comes to divorce, separation, it's not that she's not accumulated or not considered in the assets.
Right.
Most of the time, most men want to be a protector. You want to be in charge.
Right.
Sometimes being a boss costs you. It costs you. So in other words, this is no indictment against your friend at all. But sometimes I would say to single people, don't ball and you're on a budget.
Hey, say it again. I'm writing that down. Don't ball.
Don't ball if you're on a budget.
Oh my God.
Because what you're going to do, you're going to give the court, you're going to give the wife, you're going to give the lady an indication of this is what you can afford, and you cannot afford it. You're dating outside your price range.
Oh my gosh.
You're talking about you're the finance guy. And correlate the two together when you're dating outside your price range, when you're doing these things. So now he's accumulated this wealth together.
Yeah.
And now he has so much associated with it. Now she has the trauma he has to deal with.
Oh my God.
And that's just a portion of divorce. God forbid if there's children involved.
But he had children involved.
Oh.
And he got child support now. But
So now you're talking another. So here's what my wife and I generally try to do, and I'll let her jump in at any time. I will tell anybody that's single, every single person that's listening to me, it's the correlation of writing a book. Draw up an outline.
Draw an outline before you get married.
For yourself.
Absolutely.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Before you get married.
You want. This is what I want. This is what I desire. But now, don't hold that to a standard of the person you're wishing and praying for. Look at it realistically and weigh your pros and cons. Do you want too much early in life?
Do I want too much early in life before I get married? Give me an example of what too much may be.
When I get married, I want my husband to be able to take care of all my needs.
Oh, shababashi. Oh my gosh, that's too much.
That's too much. It's too much because you don't even know what you need.
Ooh.
And
Do you think as a woman that is too much?
I was gonna say, and as you mature, your needs are gonna change.
As you must.
Perfect.
But wait. This is what I hear from ladies. This is what I hear from ladies, sis. This is what I hear from ladies. He need to pay all the bills. And I just need to be able to go out there and get my hair done, get my nails done. But we don't do 50-50 over here. It's 100, and I do whatever I want.
Oh, well,
This generation of women are wanting a man who makes 6 figures or more. There is no 50-50, and it's like they get to spend all the man's money. And that's why I have a problem. When you telling me I got to give away 45% of my money when I made all the money and provided you this life, and you get to take 45% when you go?
but see, maturity says we're gonna have a better life when we build together.
You ain't doing nothing.
But we are gonna do something. Well, we should be.
You should be. Okay.
Should be doing.
All right. So there's for me, that's the evolution of one sided of what you see. The man do it protect me, and there's also that I'm watching this,
Okay.
and I was looking at one of your broadcasts. I'm seeing this that there's another caliber of woman that's springing up
Absolutely.
that says keep your money.
Absolutely.
I don't want it.
Absolutely.
I'll take care of myself.
See, I don't like that woman.
And that one's dangerous too.
I don't like her.
So this is not just gender based. This is what's dangerous because when you build that outline and you want the man to take care of you,
Right.
that's a need.
Yeah.
As my wife just said, it'll evolve.
Right.
The other asset is I'll get my own money. Only thing I need him for is sexual. But then there's another need that's called emotional.
Ooh.
So then there has to be a balance in between the two.
Yeah.
So as a woman, as a man, I have to figure out how do I level up, touch my emotions,
Yeah.
write these things down. This is what she wants, and listen communicatively.
Yeah.
As a woman, how do I man down when I have so much money and I'm running everything?
And I say it's a benefit in us building together because when we got together, which our money's been together since 90.
Yeah, we've always had our money together.
Since 96.
96.
Wow.
So
Hold on, I'm sorry. Because we were broke. But anyway. I'm sorry. Let me just put that out there. We were broke. Now, so put $5 and $5 together.
Hey, you got 10.
We got 10.
if you go back before the broke,
Yeah, so, yeah.
but when we got together, I had mine, he had his.
Yes.
Right? So I didn't need you
Right.
except for sex if I wanted that.
Oh, yeah, she told me that. Yeah, she told me. All I need you for is sex.
Yeah.
She told me that.
Yeah.
All I need you for is
My own
sex.
place,
I have my own.
car, make good money,
And
which
you
is
was-
a whole nother problem.
So you was an independent woman.
Yeah, we were dating.
Absolutely. So I had to learn how to balance that because I'm an alpha female.
Okay.
He's an alpha male.
Yeah.
But then now we're going to be like Rams just butting heads.
Wow.
We're not going to get anywhere. Something has to give. So God give me wisdom
What did it?
on how to still lead and be strong.
Yeah.
But submit to whatever the plan is.
Oh, my
So that's
goodness.
where I find my strength
Okay.
in working the plan.
Wow.
So I don't call us experts. I call us experienced in making mistakes.
Yeah.
So now what took us almost 30 years now
Yeah.
to continue to learn,
Yeah.
we can cut the single person's time short.
Yes.
We can cut the marriage person time short.
Yeah.
Because there's marriage keys, there's preventative measures that we have that are
Yeah.
put in place that you can practice, and they're practical. There's nothing difficult. Communication, draw an outline. You're single, draw an outline if you want. If you want tall, dark, and handsome, don't go date short, light skin with curly hair.
So let me just keep it about. Let me. Can I just keep it real?
Keep
with
it
y'all?
100. You said we were
at
real.
the table.
We're at the table.
Keep it real, relevant, and relatable. He started this conversation, not me. So you trying to tell me Anthony Neal saved? I'm a booty guy.
Hey.
So are you trying to say that as a Christian man, it is okay for me to desire a beautiful woman, God-fearing woman, respectful woman, career-driven woman, alpha woman with a nice little booty? It's okay?
First of all, for everybody that's listening that has attended church, as a pastor, let me apologize to you
Oh, whoa.
because we taught you wrong.
Whoa. Whoa.
He said time out.
Whoa.
If we taught you the original biblical principles of marriage, it wasn't even what you liked.
What?
It was what your family arranged.
Yeah. Leave your family.
Leave your mother and your father and cleave to your wife. There was no dating. There was just cleaving.
This cleaving.
So now that we're living in this modern day, which means we created new appetites.
Yeah.
Now we got to teach from the principle of how do I address your appetite? How do I take basic Christian principles, morals, and address your appetite? Anthony, the first thing you should look for in a woman is not if she love God, if you like looking at her booty.
Shabbat.
He said, no, that's what I was waiting to hear.
So now,
But wait, I'm gonna come back to what the old school mother say. But that booty gonna drop.
no, it doesn't have to.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No, it doesn't. No, that's not true. That's not true. Basic principles. Your booty does not drop if you take care of yourself.
Come on, bruh.
That is correct.
As God is my witness, I'm not saying this because she's here.
Yeah.
I'm telling God honest truth. I bought her a Nike outfit. Don't you look like that? In 1999.
She's still wearing it
She
today?
still has it today.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you.
She keeps it as a collectible. She still has it on today.
Are you
So nobody can
serious?
tell me as you get older, it drops.
That's
no,
right.
watch this. We all have appetites. What do you eat?
Yeah.
What you have in your digestive system. Now, I'm not talking about the health portion.
Right.
Health, life happens.
I got you, yeah.
But if you can intentionally take care of yourself,
Right.
no, Anthony, that booty not gonna drop.
It's not gonna drop.
Because you and that booty gonna go to the gym together.
Absolutely.
She's gonna keep it together on purpose.
She better.
And not only for myself,
Right,
but
right, right.
because I know it's what you like.
Oh my gosh.
But you have that level of communication.
Right.
Yeah.
You talk to your relationship like you talk to your money.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And here's the reason why I love this conversation is because people say, man, it's money and relationship.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, if I'm happy with my wife, then we can grow more.
Correct.
We can build more. We can accomplish more. So how do we really start having that conversation as single people to really feel comfortable in saying, this is what I desire, this is what I like, and this is what I'm going after? Because I think sometimes, watch this, we settle.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Then when we settle,
Absolutely.
we're in the marriage depressed, discouraged, turned off. Now we're looking at other ladies, looking at other men. Then we step out. Now we're getting divorced. Now we've lost money. Now we're spending money. Now we have headaches, depression, issues, drama that's pulling us away from building wealth. And divorce, ooh, this is so good because it's so around money. I was studying, they said most people who get divorced within 2 years, they are living paycheck to paycheck because of the debt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we got to go back to helping these single people in the very beginning.
Right.
Identifying and really, I don't want to say, getting over what the church taught us, but really identifying, okay, what does God want for us?
And not just what the church taught us, what environment taught us, what our mother and daddy taught us, subconsciously, what we saw as a single person and married too. But as single, there's two things you get every day.
Yeah.
A chance and a choice.
That's good.
Correct.
There's two things you get every day, a chance and a choice.
Yeah.
The chance we get is the opportunity, but the choice we get has to be intentional.
Right.
So I'm taking intentional steps to develop a better relationship, you talk about it every week, to develop more money, how are we going to do this? So we're intentional with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to even say this, and you told me I can be real.
Yeah,
Actually, if I can be real, you say this.
Yeah, please be real.
I wouldn't even start with somebody that appeases you physically, sexually. Ooh. Find somebody that causes you to have a mental orgasm.
Ooh!
I'm sorry.
Ooh!
I'm sorry.
A mental orgasm.
In other words, I love talking to you so much, it turns me on.
Yes.
Oh, Shabbat.
Yeah.
So just in case the body breaks down,
Yeah.
you still turn me on mentally.
Come on.
When you say what you say, when you speak what you speak, I'm in love with that. Because as long as you can talk to me, we'll figure out the money part.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't want to have money but no communication.
That's right.
See, then we're in a problem because what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn into a typical man or a typical woman. I'm going to spend my money at the strip club with a woman that's going to lie to me that I'm only be there for 2 hours.
Lie to
And she going to get all my money.
Yeah.
Instead of coming to somebody that turns me on, that gives me an orgasm.
Yeah.
That says, say that again. Because most people think that, yes, I'm a pastor, but we have business ventures as well, too.
Absolutely.
So when we sit down and start talking about business,
Yes.
so with the companies that we own, Oh, matter of fact, we were on the way to you, on the line with one of our office managers, and we hung up. We was like, okay, let's do this next.
All right.
This is the next step. So let's take this in expansion. What are we talking?
That's right.
How we gonna expand? Oh, you talking about turn me? Oh, talk business to me. Talk dirty to me. Talk money.
See, I'm with you, man. That's been one of my struggles, though. You know, it's like for me, I'm like, man, I want my wife to, and you said it better, mentally have a mental orgasm, right? I get so attracted when I can meet a woman that her business IQ is there.
Yeah.
She's an entrepreneur. She knows how to run stuff. I like a strong alpha woman, but I like a strong, I'm gonna tell you, y'all about to get me in trouble my own show. You want to see me get mentally turned on, have a mental orgasm? Be a strong entrepreneur, mental woman who knows how to still be feminine and soft.
Oh yeah.
That would make me be like, girl, get over here right now.
Love you right.
What?
Let me love you right.
What? I'll be like, God, you better hold me tight.
But guess what else that does? When she ticks you off,
yes.
When you're angry with her, you remember the orgasm.
I can remember that.
Oh, you make me. Well, you know what?
No,
I'm
I'll
gonna find
say
somebody to talk to me like that.
I'll say it. Like, you make me sick, but I can't find nobody else like you.
I cannot tell you over almost 30 years how many times I said that.
Are you serious?
About her.
For real?
Oh, I want a divorce. No. You know what? I don't think so.
Nobody doing it.
No, hold on. Now I'm not gonna let her get away with that.
Yeah.
Do what you just did. Show Anthony what you just did.
What'd you do?
But can't nobody do it like
All the ladies had that thought. They're like, boy, please.
See,
ain't gonna work.
every woman that I know that's confident has that era or that aura about herself that says, can't nobody do it like me.
Right.
But how do I find somebody that appreciate what I'm doing?
Absolutely. Because when I can come in and I can make sure the house is right and they're cleaning and the food is prepared, and I'm helping you run business and I'm treating you right in the bedroom, you got to do more than throw money at me.
Yeah. Now you're going to make me shout now.
Listen, y'all. We 21 minutes into the show. I gotta pay bills. But before I run this next talk about this next sponsor of today's show, you guys, man, I want to know, have you ever had a mental orgasm before? That is such a good word. I want you to leave it in the comments below. Let me know, have you had a mental orgasm? For you deep spiritual people, orgasms. What? No,
Okay.
Have you ever dated someone that mentally turned you on, that mentally was like, yo, what? Hey, how are you? I think I've only had that maybe once. And I was young, and I screwed that relationship up. Yeah, I own that. I did.
But we can talk about how to grow past that.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to talk about that. But you know what, you guys, one of the cool things that I really promote within our brand, and you all know this, is that if you're really going to build wealth with your spouse, so if you're married watching this right now or single, you got to have a savings account. You got to set aside some money. You all saw my show the other day, how I was able to purchase my dream car, the Bentley Continental, and now I'm saving to purchase my dream home. My goal, right, for me when I propose, is to propose with a ring and also with keys.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? I want to propose with a ring and also with like, hey, here's keys to the home. And I'm saving for that now. Like I've already saved. Actually, I already have a separate savings account for my future wife's engagement ring. But I just opened up another savings account within Prize Pool to where I'm just saving money, just put down towards my dream home. And so I want to encourage you all to where we save for 3 reasons. 1 for emergencies, 2 for small purchases, and 3 for big purchases. And I really want to encourage you to go over to Prize Pool, go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. It's 100% free, and they're giving about 3% on the APR. They're guaranteeing you 0.30, but then also they're giving away $20,000 a month in grand prizes, weekly cash grand prizes. And when we did the math, it's like close to 3% that you get on your money for letting it sit inside a savings account. So don't just open up a savings account, put money into it, especially during a recession time, because with the cost of inflation, you need your money to also be gaining money while it's sitting there for emergencies or while it's sitting there to purchase a home. So go to anthonyoneal.com/savings, you guys, and I promise you this much, you will thank me down the road. But Pastor, one of the things I've been doing, I'm not like you and your amazing wife here. Like I can't teach people how to get like how to get a man, how to get a woman. I just recently launched a quiz on how to really maximize your single season. So I'm teaching single people how to build wealth while they're single. You know, how to really start taking care of their mental while they're single. And I built this quiz. It took me like 6 months to do it. I'm curious, before we go back into this, why do you think it's important for single people, you and your wife, why do you think it's important for single people to really maximize their single season? Like really, not just focus on getting the man or woman, but really becoming the best person individually before you look for that man or woman.
So I'll say this and then you can elaborate on it. When you come into the marriage, most times you hear marriages are 50-50.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? But it's not 50-50. It's my 100 and his 100, which gives us that total A.
Yeah.
Because if he comes in with nothing, but I brought my 50, if it's 50-50, in school, that's still an F.
Ooh.
0 plus 50.
0 plus 50 is an F.
It's an F, so we still fail. So it's important that you become whole and one with yourself. I'm not looking for someone to complete me. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm coming in whole to the relationship. He needs to come in whole to the relationship, and we build going forward.
And even just taking that analogy, if you come in with 50, that's an F.
Yes.
If you come in with 50, that's an F.
Yes.
How do you go from 2 Fs to an A?
Because you can't teach me because you weren't passing in the first place. I think I know it all, and I can't teach you because I wasn't passing either.
So we have two failing people.
Failing people.
Trying to teach each other.
Trying to teach each other.
I want to teach you how to be whole. Let me teach you how to be whole. Well, I'm going to teach you how to be whole. It does not matter. Let me put it this way. Say for a single mother, I don't care how much you want to put into that son of yours, you can never take the place of his father.
Can't.
That's correct.
Can't.
You could put 100 in him,
Yep.
but there's still a vacant spot.
Absolutely.
You cannot do that.
Absolutely.
So you give it all you can.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you don't do it.
Yeah.
Be a dog at it. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
there's an element that's missing.
Yeah.
Same thing, correlation with marriages. If she is 50 and I am 50, two failing people are failing each other.
Yes.
But if you look at it from what she just said, you're 100 and I'm 100.
Yeah.
Then we use multiplication.
Yes.
Because 1 times 1
Yeah.
is 1.
Yeah.
You're already whole.
Yeah, right.
We're not in competition with each other. We're not trying to complete each other.
Right.
I'm already whole. So when you're broken, I'm whole. And when both parties are whole, that gives somebody grace to be broken.
Oh my gosh, yo. Listen. Y'all just set me up right here. I'm put it like this. If you want to be an A before you get married, go take my quiz. It's 100% free. Go to AnthonyONeal.com. And we spent 6 months creating the results for you. It's 30 to 40 pages. We've combined the Enneagram and DISC assessment specifically for you. So there's like so many different answers. So and be honest on the quiz. Okay, because it's going to help you. This is not to get you a man or woman. That's their job. They're going to help you get that and save you some money. I want to help you be an A. So when you meet your other A, that's going to help you get married and really start building true wealth. And it's going to save you, brothers, 30 to 60% of your annual income.
And ladies. Now,
You know?
I want to say this.
Nah, ladies ain't paying that much, though. Don't be trying to play us brothers like that. Ladies ain't dropping out no money like that.
So here's what I say about the money. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not beyond correction as related to that. Men pay 30 to 60% of money.
Right.
A woman, it costs her 30 to 60% of emotions.
I can see that.
Absolutely.
I can see that.
Absolutely.
It drains her.
can.
She feels less than a woman.
Yeah.
She feels, where does she miss the mark?
Right.
How does she go into the next one?
Right.
And generally, she doesn't spend properly on the next item because she spent poorly on the last one. So as a man, we're minus money.
Yep.
As her, she's minus emotion. She's minus trauma.
Yeah.
And a woman is set up to carry.
Yeah.
She has a wound.
Yeah.
So she carries the seed of that wound for years.
And it
Yeah.
grows.
And it grows. So
Whoa, what do you mean it grows?
Watch this.
Write it down. What do you mean it grows?
The seed, just like a baby in the womb, it grows. So whatever it is he gives me, whatever seed he plants, I'm going to produce for him.
Right.
Whether it be good or bad,
Right.
positive or negative.
But isn't a seed designed to be let go of? So how come, and I'm just asking from a male's perspective, if you walk through that season, how come it's so hard to let that seed go?
That may not be the first time we've been through that. So now it's just all building.
And how many mothers let go of their sons?
Yeah.
They generally don't.
No, my mama still treat me like I'm 15.
That's a good one.
I'm I'm the pastor of my mother.
Wow.
I'm her pastor.
Right.
And to this day,
Yeah.
she's still, you okay? Mom, I pay people.
Right.
Are you okay, babe?
Right.
But that side of her, she can't let it go. Yeah. And I'm not saying that in a negative connotation, but as women, when you said, as for a man, we detach easy. You know why we detach easy? Because we never had to carry anything that's connected to us when it comes to an umbilical cord. So as a man, we can detach.
Absolutely.
So we say stuff like, you still holding on to that?
Right.
And you're mad because she's still holding on to it.
I'll be out.
And we're gone.
I'm out.
But she has no idea how to let it go unless she's intentionally taught. This is a part of psychology of growing emotionally. This is how you let things go. And as a man, I have to respect the fact that she doesn't know how to let it go, and let me help you walk through that.
And sometimes it's harder for us to let go because we're so busy being strong so we can move on to the next thing that we don't have that space in life to grieve.
That's
Because
good.
it is a
That's
loss.
good. That's good.
I was recently dating somebody, and she recently got out of a situation with, her ex, and I'll never forget, she was still there. Well, this has been a while. How come you ain't? I was in an engagement, you know what I'm saying? 3 months. What's good? Who's next?
Yeah.
I went to therapy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. And I still go to therapy. And there still was some healing that I had to do, but I wasn't allowing my past as a man to be like, all right, we said we're done. I'm moving on. Ladies, we're done. Well, maybe he may come back.
So there are things that generally you teach people how to manage money.
Right.
Sometimes we have to teach people how to manage triggers.
Ooh, yeah.
So whatever happens in a relationship that looks anything similar to a relationship that didn't fail or failed now becomes a trigger. So if you don't know how to manage trigger, wait a minute, whoever the young lady was, okay, that's not Bob, that's Anthony. That's not Bob, that's Anthony. So if she doesn't manage that trigger, your actions look like him. So the first thing she does is retreat. He or she retreats back to protection mechanism and say, here's how I do it. That's why I think it's great that people should take your tests. Because when you go to your physician, your doctor, they ask you to check off, do you have any headaches? Do you have blurry vision? So in other words, they want you to do a proper assessment of yourself before you go and they diagnose you with anything.
Yes. Nah, bro.
And I think what we try to do is we say we're diagnosed, I'm ready for marriage. No. Have you taken a test?
Absolutely.
Have you taken a test? So now you're saying you're ready for something that's going to evolve.
Yeah.
Because she is not the same person I married.
No. And I think that's why I came up with the quiz, is because I was like, man, so many single people are rushing to the ring, but they're not rushing to become just better individuals and healthier individuals. So that's why we literally, I talk to experts, professionals for this particular quiz. So go to anthonyneal.com, take it, you guys. It's not about that. I want you to take it. It's free. It's going to help you out. You said something, man, that me and you was on a live. And you said something that was just so good. And I forgot how you said it, Pastor Don. I was like, he gotta say that again. I don't remember neither, because you were just dropping so much that day. And I was like, no, I should have wrote it down. But you were saying, like, man, how do I say this? Because I don't want to be rude to anybody, but I'm not better than no man, but I am different than.
Oh, okay, I know what you're saying.
And there's a cost.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot just date anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right. So, but I think that there are a lot of men watching this who cannot just date anybody because of their assignment, their calling. That's my phone. Okay, I turns it off. I'll call her back later. How do we as men who really do desire legacy building, our spouse, and even for women, ladies, we're in a different generation.
Absolutely.
These ladies are building wealth.
Yeah.
These ladies are starting businesses, Fortune 500. These ladies are making $2, $3, $4 million a year, and then meeting guys only making $50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like how So take away the guys, because I want to be fair, because these ladies are winning.
Oh yeah.
And you know, if you're single, making $4 or $5 million, come holler at me.
Like,
Hey, listen, we can make this thing work, girl.
You're saying stuff that is so good. Oh, you said so much, and I kind of wanted to jump in. I didn't want to cut you off, but
Yeah.
even while they're gaining all of that wealth, male or female, God is so strategic. He orchestrates a gap that only certain people can fill. So even
Break
if
that
you
down.
made $6 million,
Yeah.
God created a gap that either a man or a woman is supposed to fill.
Yeah.
So my job as the searcher, as the hunter, and that doesn't matter, male or female.
Yeah.
If I see something in you, I'm not intimidated by your 20 million.
Yeah.
I want to find out what your issue is. I want to find out what's in your life that I can solve.
Ooh.
What value do I bring to the table?
But wait a minute though, because a strong woman would say she don't need you. A strong woman would say I dated someone who said I don't need no man. I even had one woman tell me I've never dated a man that made me just want to just shut up. And I'm like, but see, when you tell a man you don't need him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well then, that's not the woman that I want to date because I know I need my wife.
So you know what that says to me?
What?
And my wife can correct me. You know what that says to me?
What?
That says to me is you need him. You just been protecting yourself for too long.
Ooh, what you mean by that?
You've been your own alarm system and your own watchdog for too long. I don't need no man. No. You're hungry. You're fighting right now. I'm not here to fight you.
So is it the man's responsibility to break down that guard?
If he's the right one. If he's the right person for her, he'll stand the test of time and to show her she didn't even know what she needed. Prime example, we were in the process of moving somewhere and I was bent on, I want to stay on the water.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I want the water. Put me on the water. Because I just wanted the serenity of the water when we were moving. So our agent came to us and I was like, babe, I want this house. Not knowing that the house was on the golf course. I didn't even know I wanted to stay on the golf course. We bought the house. I said, ooh, I didn't know I wanted this. I didn't know I needed this. Until somebody else broke me down and say, no, you need this in your life. You just don't know you need it.
Yeah. And it feels good to rest in his strength. It feels good to say that that's not my strength, but I'm relying on you for that.
Yeah.
Before I had to come up with the right way to get to a certain place. But now that I'm older, even though I'm only 25, I say it's
She's
okay
still 25.
that I use
Hey.
maps to get everywhere. But I follow him. We will literally be walking in the airport, no matter where we are, and I will be on my phone watching his feet. And I'm following his feet because I know he's going to lead me in the right direction. Before, I had to lead my own self. That's not always fun because sometimes I would get lost and have to figure my way out.
So-
But now that rests on him.
So here's my question, because all the strong guys are hearing you saying, I hear you. And they're hearing you too saying, I hear you, I'm a good man. But what is it solely on that good man to break her down, or does there have to be something inside of her
Absolutely.
that says, you know what, I'm going to take a chance and let this man lead?
Absolutely.
Or is it no, woman stay strong and he just busts the wall down?
No. And I believe that if I'm working and he's working, I'm
Then-
not focused on him working.
Yeah.
I'm working on myself.
That's so
But he's
good.
also working, and we're both tearing down the wall. That's why it's great to build together.
So you're talking about, that's so good, because you're talking about bringing two cultures together.
Yeah.
Two simultaneously different cultures.
Yeah.
She doesn't need, he's looking for.
Right.
He doesn't need, she's looking for.
Right.
So how do we take that and build wealth?
Yeah.
How do you take down, if you bought a piece of property, somebody else saw damaged property, but you saw something I can reconstruct.
Yeah.
I saw it because you see something and he sees something or she sees something, that's my assignment.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be patient enough, intentional enough. No, you know what? That's my assignment.
Yeah.
We're going to work together to do this. I know what God showed me. I know what I felt in my spirit. And it takes time. It takes intentional. Because remember now, she said, when we first started dating, I don't need you for anything but this.
Yeah.
But by the time now, it's, I'm following his foot.
Absolutely.
I'm following his feet. So there's an evolution that comes with that.
Yeah.
So whether you're single looking for somebody, don't make the mistake and say, I think I say I do one time.
Yeah.
You have to say I do every day
Correct.
to the new person.
Yeah.
You intentionally will marry somebody different
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're not crazy. It's no different than we have a few other stocks that I kind of invest in.
Yeah.
And I tell my son, because he's on this stock thing too, and I know how you feel about him. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Not even gonna get into that. That's a whole other conversation. So he's starting the process. He was looking at it every day. I say, son, stop watching that thing every day.
Yeah.
I say, it's gonna be like watching grass grow.
It is.
It'll frustrate you.
Right.
So if you take the mentality of say, okay, I tried this today, she ain't changed. You're watching grass grow.
Wow.
Instead of stepping back, look at the big vision, bro, and say, bro, this is a beautiful painting.
Yeah.
I see the change that's happening.
Yeah.
But you have to intentionally take time. It's like watching your money grow.
Yeah.
Or trying to get out of debt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, it doesn't make me weak to say I need him.
It doesn't.
Yeah. That's a bomb right there.
Mindset that says
That's a bomb.
I can do it all by myself and I don't need anybody.
Yeah.
Like, just sit back and process that. That doesn't make me weak because I need your help. I can actually get more done.
You actually
And I won't be as tired.
Oh my gosh. So, okay.
Evaluate the pattern. So it's not just a woman said I don't need, or a man that's just for any single person. Please, as much as possible, like you do a credit check, do a family credit check.
Yes, check the Carfax.
I preached a message once called "Check the Carfax."
Wow.
Has it been damaged? Has it been in an accident before?
Yeah.
Has it been overutilized? Has it had proper maintenance?
Yeah.
Do you have the paperwork that's for it?
Yep.
All of that's going to be entitled to what you're going to get in the next vehicle, in the next relationship, in your next money venture. This is what we're bringing to the table. Some people, I ain't bringing it to the table, I am the table. Fine, be the table.
Right.
Table need maintenance too.
Absolutely. So what we're talking about saving 30 to 60%. One of the things my mentor told me, he said, Anthony, you need to have your wife sign a prenup. From a spiritual perspective, as pastors of the gospel, what's y'all's thoughts on prenups?
Why you just look straight at me?
I don't know that most women would agree with me, but these are my thoughts.
Okay, these are your thoughts.
Yes. So I would not have had a problem with signing one when we got together.
Okay.
If we're saying, I keep what I came with, you keep what you came with.
Okay.
However, from this day forth, what we build together is ours.
And then y'all decide what that split is.
Yes.
Do you believe that split should be 50-50?
I would be okay with 50-50. My personality is if I built it once, I can build it again. That's my personality.
But if you built it with him, you didn't really build it.
But my brain helped build what we have. So if I had to rebuild, that's why.
So basically, she should get another man,
Right.
and build it again.
That's
what she said in a nice way.
I ain't gonna do it by myself.
Let me tell you what she said.
I ain't gonna do it by myself, but
Oh,
we gonna be.
I got one. I'll get you another.
Hey, come here. I got you.
Here's the blueprint. Let's do this.
Let me just make it plain what she's saying.
Ari says, is it biblically wrong to have a prenup?
I personally think we do the Bible damage when we try to take all the biblical principles and apply them to today's knowledge. Hear me when I say that. It's like saying the Bible says don't get on the internet.
Right.
The Bible doesn't even address the internet.
Come on, man.
Like the Bible says,
Come on.
don't be careful, don't speed.
Yes.
No, there's a law.
Right.
That's now.
Right.
So I think sometimes I think the only spiritual side about a prenup should be prayer. And whatever you all decide together, then that's what we'll do.
Yeah, man.
Because there's so many different ways you can go about it. If she's wealthy and he's nothing, and then you don't know the mentality of a person,
Right.
you know mentally how they are. And I found this out just through business and church that sometimes people are addicted to ambition. So then they act one way, and then when they get it, and you didn't protect yourself. So I'm kind of, just like saying, do you put insurance on your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have no faith. Yeah, I have faith, so I put insurance on my car.
Right.
So that's why I say for me, the only spiritual side should be prayer and a communication with each other when it comes to that.
And prayer should be
Insight. Wisdom.
What is the best way to do this?
Correct.
How do I handle this?
Can you guide us correctly? How do we be fair
Yeah.
with each other?
You should do that. So just in case divorce does happen, which we don't want it to happen.
No.
There should be preventative measures in place
Right.
that we prayed about when things are good.
Right.
That says, hey, it's in black and white.
See, if I had a prenup, and she is like my sister, you know what I'm saying? Thinking, I mean, if I build it, I could build it again. And she got all this money. I'm gonna be like, all right, listen, I'm gonna keep what I came in with. You're gonna keep what you came in with, and I'm gonna give her we're gonna put it up front. We get X amount. You get X amount. I get X amount. And whoever keeps the kids get probably a little bit more for kid support. You know what I'm saying? But there's no lawyer stuff. There's no going to court stuff. Like, I would literally lay it out to the T. Because I think that goes back to saving 30 to 65% a year.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because here's what I've learned. I've mentored so many people. They were so happily in love in the beginning. 5 years later, they can't stand each other.
So let me tell you one of the questions I ask when we do any type of advising or counseling. Number one question I ask, why do you want to get married?
Yeah.
99.9% of people say this. We in love. So then my question is, if you get married because you're in love, why didn't you marry the first person you love?
Ooh. Jesus.
If you got married because you're in love, you should have married the first person you loved. Go back and marry them, because if that's the case, you're cheating them.
Wow.
So if you haven't taken a proper assessment of what marriage looks like, that's the correlation to somebody coming to you and saying, listen, I want to invest my money. And you tell them, go invest in whatever. Oh, you find any broker and say, I'm investing that. Or, no. You have put stuff in place. You've done your homework. You know, church, you know these people that says, hey, this is where you put your money. They're going to give you the best value for your home. So you've done your research. If we don't do our research, we have people just putting money out. I just want to get married. I just want to do this. No, you're foolishly casting your pearl before swine. And you don't know your value. And knowing your value, sometimes we let people cheapen that because they secretly want what we want and want what we have. And you got to be careful doing that.
You ask me that, I'm like, why do I want to marry her? It's because I chose her. I don't really know about this whole thing, falling in love.
No such thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just fall in love. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding of Bible in seminary school, you know, from the great Bishop Rudolph McKissick Jr. out of Jacksonville.
My brother.
You know, one thing I learned re-listening to him was, like, if God said, husband, love your wife the way Christ loved the church, Christ chose us and he chose to die for us. I'm saying, well, Pastor, the reason why I am getting married to this woman because I chose to die for her so that we can be together.
So now I'm going to mess up your theology because I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in what you just said.
Okay, throw it.
If you're going to die for her,
right.
When it comes time to split the money, are you going to die for her?
That's in writing already. That's in writing.
Already done.
Before we even came to you, that's already in writing.
That part.
Hey, I'm gonna die. She get 50%. That's dying.
50% of you just died.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but at the same time, though, I think that I literally, because it clearly in the beginning, which is why I want to do it up front, because it could be me. I'm human. Who could turn crazy? It could be her. You know, I'm been waiting all this time. It definitely ain't gonna be me. I'm gonna be real with you. So it might just be her. I'm gonna be real. Jesus. But what I'm saying is, I literally would be like, hey, babe, here go X amount of dollars. Go hire you your own attorney, and you all put whatever you want in there. And here's my goal. I never want to have to use it. I will say this. A lot of people don't believe in this, but I carry a concealed weapon. I had a concealed weapon to protect me and my family. What's my prayer? I never want to pull it out.
Right.
The moment I pull that out, I am scared. I never want to. I want to go to my grave, and I never shot that gun at any human being, only at targets of practice. And that's how I feel about the prenup. I never want to use it. But if it does come to place, at least I know I have something to fall back on to protect, watch this,
Right.
me, her, and our children. Because I've watched children fall out over divorces because they're watching their mom and dad argue over money, over this. And I mean, it should be such a smooth transition so we can both move on with our life and our kids can be in a healthy position. And I think prenups do that. Because here's the thing too, if you don't sign a prenup, you are signing a prenup. The state. And the state is going to lead with the lady.
If you take the analogy and let me add another layer to that. So the children not only have to deal with it in an immature state.
Yes.
They also got to deal with it when they become adults.
Oh man, listen.
So you're talking trauma.
Yes.
And trauma that's not transformed is transferred.
Yeah.
So now it's passed on to the next generation.
Yes.
And the next generation.
Yes.
So I totally agree with you with the carrying of the concealed weapon.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
I carry it.
Yeah.
The intent is to never use it. So I have people, we have classes in place.
Yes.
We have keys in place that say, hey, listen.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do.
Right.
To protect yourself.
Right.
And the truth be told, some single people don't even need to be married.
No, sir. Nope.
You don't.
Nope.
You don't need to be.
Nope.
And it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It literally is okay. Don't be pushed by modern day markets.
Yeah.
For somebody to push you into an assignment,
So good.
that's gonna cause you to lose 36% of your income.
Man, this is so good. We got like 10 more minutes left on this show, you guys. And while we're talking about wealth within married couples, I would encourage you to get life insurance.
Oh, absolutely.
I just partnered with an amazing company, man, that makes it so easy to get life insurance. You can get up to a $2 million policy without no medical paperwork. So you can have a $2 million policy, a $1 million policy, a half a $1 million policy today within a matter of 11 minutes. And very, very, very affordable. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/ethos, and they will walk you through a whole step-by-step process. And y'all, I got more than $2 million. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that on my show. But edit that one on out. You know, I have a life insurance policy because I want to make sure that my family is taken care of. I want to make sure that my wife, whenever I do find her, is taken care of. I want to be able to sow a seed into my kids whenever I do transition. It's almost like we're talking about prenups and stuff like that. It's like, yo, you got to put things into place. Right. And here's the thing. I really don't want to use my life insurance. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? God, if you hear me, I mean, just prolong my life. But I'm going to have to use it one day. I'm going to die. And I want to make sure that my families and my loved ones are taken care of. And here's the sad truth. Nearly 80% of African American people do not have life insurance. We have GoFundMe and we have the church.
Yes.
And the church is raising special offerings to help such and such bury such and such. Then we get on GoFundMe to raise it. No. Y'all listen. Go to anthonyoneal.com/ethos. Get 50,000. Get enough just to cover your burial. Get enough just to make sure that your family doesn't have to sacrifice. And they can mourn you with joy, knowing that you've crossed over to a better place. And they're very, very, very affordable. And if you have kids, and you don't have life insurance, you are one selfish parent. If you have a loved one, a spouse, and you don't have life insurance, you are one special selfish spouse. Take 11 minutes. You don't have to go to no doctor, no blood work. You can get up to $2 million right now today. Go to anthonyoneal.com/ethos. You know, we got about 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left, Pastor. And man, this show has been. We've talked about a little bit of everything. Yes. I mean, just a little bit of everything. Let's talk to the married couples. And you all have a course and you all have a curriculum that you all offer to really keep married people married.
Yep.
I'm curious, one, what do you all really specialize in that? Why is that course so special? And then two, what are some of the things that you all are seeing that's causing the divorce within the married couple? Is it sex?
That's one of them.
That's one?
That's one. Yeah.
Like, okay, wait, is it bad sex or is it no sex? Like, what is it? Why are you scratching?
Do you want my answer? Do you want my answer?
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
so for me,
not for you. You happy? I'm talking about for the people.
And that's what I mean. So it's twofold. Well, I'll just deal with one side. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, the Song of Solomon, don't open my love before it's time.
All right.
So what happens is generally we open our sexual life before time.
Ooh.
So we create an appetite.
Absolutely.
So we're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old creating appetites.
Yeah.
20, 21, 20, unless you're married and you're a virgin.
Let's be real.
You create an appetite.
Yeah.
So now when you've got married, I need my wife to perform to fulfill my appetite. Ooh. So now I judge our sex life
based upon your
based
past.
off my past experience. So I won't get into too much of my details, but I had been around the corner a few times.
I feel you, understand.
So she hadn't been around the corner a few times. So I was like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I can't compete with all that.
Ooh.
Oh no, this is conversation.
Y'all had to have a
real conversation. It's like, yo, I cannot do what you've experienced.
This is what I know how to do, and you can teach me the rest of the way, but I cannot compete with the 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200.
100 people? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm about to say, God, oh, what?
So
Pastor was out there.
I wasn't raised in church.
I'm with you. I mean,
so I had done, and what I did was I prayed. I was like, God, I need you to gift her, teach her how to do this. He said, she's not the problem, you are.
Ooh.
And he took me to that scripture. He says, you're comparing her to stuff that you did in your past. And you're going to have to entertain this.
Yeah.
And have a real conversation with her about it.
Yeah.
And you both, watch this, going to have to grow together in your sex life.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, let me decrease and let her increase.
Oh, my gosh.
So sex is one, communication is another, money is another, letting outside toxic sources is another. So there's so many keys that we talk about in doing it that oftentimes we take communication from people who really want to be us.
Yeah.
So they give us bad information.
Yes.
Girl, if that was me.
Yes.
Oh man, if that was, I wouldn't. Why secretly they want to be in your spot.
When it leads with, girl, if that was me, just don't listen.
Don't even. Which is why when people ask me relationship advice, my very first response, listen, I am not a relationship expert. This is not my expertise. If I was in your shoes, this is what I would do. But again, I am not qualified to talk to you about this because it ain't working for me.
And most of us,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, most of us give information based off of our own knowledge without considering the person's history.
Exactly.
If somebody showed me that woman stole from the grocery store, I don't want to know what she stole. I want to know why she stole.
Ooh.
Because she stole. That's the law.
Yeah, you want to go deeper.
I want to go deeper. If she told me she stole because her kids are hungry,
right. We can fix that.
I can fix that.
Yeah.
Because I know why you did it.
Right.
Even if she said I stole because I'm a klepto.
Right.
I know why you did it.
Yep.
And most of us don't take time to dive into the why before we cast judgment on what should happen.
So even if we're, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Even if we're talking and we're coaching and you're saying, okay, well, my wife isn't having sex with me. Why?
Why?
So good.
Why isn't she? Is it because you ignore her all day? And then now when you get into bed, that's when you all touchy-feely and huggy and, I love you, babe. But she's never heard from you the entire day since the morning. Like, why? Is it, Mama, she doesn't want to talk to me. We can't communicate. Why? Is it because you're always hollering or degrading when you're speaking to her? There's a why behind it. And when we can work through that, when we take the marriage in for maintenance, when we take the car, if you take your car in to be serviced like it should be, you won't have any issues out of that.
And if you bought a car you can't afford, you're in trouble in this maintenance time. So I have a vehicle.
Break that down to the marriage.
So we have a vehicle. One of our cars. It's a toy. Whatever the toy, it's a toy.
Yeah.
So I went to get some maintenance done on it. This is fine. The guy was told me, he's like, hey, the light bulb out.
Right.
So I'm like, cool, it's under warranty. He was like, no, your light bulb not under warranty.
Right.
So I told her, I said, hey, listen, change the light bulb, no problem. Well, I had never had the light bulb changed in this particular toy.
Absolutely.
When the guy brought me the bill and it had a comma in it, I thought, to change the light bulb? He said this, it blew my mind. He said, Pastor, the bulb didn't cost any that much.
It's the
labor. He said, what it cost you to get to the broken piece?
Yes, sir.
That's what cost you. So we tell people, no matter what we charge to help you, it's cheaper than divorce. No matter what it is, it's cheaper than divorce.
That's on relationship and financial side.
Absolutely.
When I charge y'all to teach you how to stay out of debt, It's cheaper than you getting into debt.
Thank you.
Right.
It's going to save you money and time.
Right.
And headaches.
And opportunities.
Ooh.
Because if the right woman comes along, okay, let me say this, Anthony.
Ooh.
It is too late to prepare when an opportunity comes. It's too late. When the right woman comes, but they hadn't taken your course and they're getting debt free, so she's there.
Yeah.
But you got the mindset, but not the skill set.
Not the... Ooh.
It's too late. It's too late. So that's why I would say, pay whatever he needs.
Yeah.
And again, it's not for us trying to.
Right.
That's not why we're here to pay to do anything, because God has blessed us.
Right.
But it's like, I don't want to coach. I don't want to do this.
Right.
Every great person has had a coach.
Yeah.
Everybody has. When you said you went to counseling, I thought that's great.
Yeah.
Every great person has somebody to pour into them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to pay for it. Then you don't want. What's return on investment?
Yeah.
ROI.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't think I want to be wealthy without first wanting to pour into yourself.
Facts.
Won't happen.
Facts.
And I want God send the opportunity. Woo! But you ain't prepared for nothing.
Facts.
And you don't realize the part isn't the problem.
Yeah.
It's the labor.
It's the labor.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, we have hit the hour of this show.
Oh my goodness.
This has been absolutely amazing. If my tribe want to learn more about you, how can they follow you all and learn more?
So listen, you can follow us on every platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under Instagram is Pastor Don J.
Okay.
Is Phaedra Johnson.
Yeah.
It's Marriage Keys.
Yeah.
Marriage Keys.
Marriage Keys with an S.
Okay.
And I think it's that on all streams,
is.
right?
Instagram,
Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
Twitter.
Okay.
Pinterest, YouTube.
Pinterest. If you just want to follow us as a church, it's the House of Prayer.
House of Prayer.
But we have businesses, real estate, trucking. God has blessed us to have streams
Right.
of income.
Yeah.
To build wealth, not just in the church realm, but in the business realm.
Yeah.
To help people in every aspect.
Yeah.
That's why I told you, getting into debt is a choice.
Yeah.
That's financially, mentally, and relationships.
Yeah.
God has blessed you
Yeah.
to help people to make another choice and a chance to get out of it.
That's right.
Listen, we're going to drop all their information in today's show notes. So make sure that you all go check them out. Check out the course if you're married. And I promise you will love them. If you're ever in the Jacksonville, Florida area, go check them out. Powerful church, doing great things in that beautiful city. Yeah.
Can I say one thing, shameful plug?
Yo.
I'm going to scoot away when I say this.
Yeah.
My wife does what's called wife coaching.
Wife coaching.
Not life coaching.
Wife.
Wife coaching.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to be wife.
Teach them how to be wife. For not single or married.
Absolutely.
You want to talk, I'm talking about from the bedroom to the bank account.
Bedroom to the bank account.
I'm just saying. She probably didn't want me to do it, but I just did it anyway. Fellas, you want sex to increase? I'm just, okay.
It's the truth.
You told me to be,
Well, we probably need to bring that back. Do a show on that.
Not a life coach, she a wife coach.
Life coach.
Wife
You can't
coach.
do what you don't know.
Ooh. You can't do what you don't know.
Yeah, we definitely gonna drop her information. we just gonna drop her information, yo. But listen, man, I will happily make that investment. Hey, girlfriend, I need you to go see this wife coach. You gonna save me 60% of my money. Get her right from the bedroom to the bank account. My God, I feel the spirit. Oh my God. Listen, we are over time, you guys.
Oh, my God.
We love you all so much. Thank you all for rocking with us today, man. Make sure you all check out the information in today's show notes. If you are single, please take my free quiz. It doesn't cost you nothing to take the quiz and get the results so that way you can really, really learn more about yourself so you can get that A. So you can be 100. So when you meet your A, you're 100. You two are together. And make sure y'all really rock with them because, I mean, they are proven. You know, I'm very careful about who I bring on the show to talk about marriages and relationships, but today was actually good. We really correlated money and relationships today. And one of the key things to building true and lasting wealth is your partner. And you got to select the right partner from the beginning. I want to see that divorce rate going down.
Absolutely.
Not up.
Absolutely.
And these are the kind of conversations we need to be having to start that conversation going down. So check out today's information, today's show notes, and we'll see you in the next show. Peace out.